Happy Saturday, everyone. I want to come to folks today with a little bit of a video. I have a break between sessions today, and in my last session, I was talking to this mother and daughter about something that they should do. I offer readings to multiple people. So, my very first session today was a mom and a daughter. One of the pieces of information that was coming through from the grandmother of these two was the grandmother of these two, was something that I just call kitchen witchery. And I think a lot of people call it kitchen witchery, but I want to give you my idea of what that actually is. This is the oldest, I believe, form of magic spirituality that we have at our disposal. Think of that sort of a stereotypical situation where people like to say, mom's cooking's the best, grandma's cooking's the best. You know, they really love the cooking of their moms, their grandmas, maybe even dads, grandfathers. Perhaps it's not actually the best. Here's what actually could be going on, and I want to invite you to lean into this a little bit. I believe that what's happening is that while that cooking might actually be the best, as people say it, I think that what happens is we're actually tasting the intention and the emotional frequency with which people are cooking or baking. So hear me out on this. Every human being, every living creature has a bioelectromagnetic field called an aura. We all do. You do, I do. It's about our arm's width wide, and science can demonstrate this. There are cameras and instruments that will indicate that this is a thing. This bioelectromagnetic field is very much connected, I believe, to our emotional state. Humans are pretty much all water, 70 to 80% water. And classically, and I believe scientifically, emotions and water go hand in hand. I'm a Pisces. Pisces is a water sign, very emotional sign. Now, when we're feeling a particular emotion, I believe what happens is that our body, our water cells, are vibrating in a frequency that corresponds to that emotion. So you can think of like happiness, love to be a slow vibration, or anger, or a fear to be a fast vibration like that. When we are cooking or baking, every bit of food that we work with has water in it. Meat, plants, even dried pasta has a little bit of water in it. You're putting that in water. This is why I believe chicken soup is so healing. Every bit of food that you work with, that you prepare, you are doing so within that bioelectromagnetic field of your aura, which means that that water is also corresponding to your vibrational frequency that you're feeling emotionally. This is why we should never, ever, ever make food when we're angry. And consider now that a lot of our foods are being made or prepared in places that are sterile, like factories. This is what I would invite you to do, is to bake something this weekend, cook something, even if it's a bowl of pasta or rice. But as you do, I want you to, as you're preparing it, I want you to kind of sit in that place and try to adjust yourself emotionally, especially if you're cooking or baking for somebody that you love. And imbue that food and imbue those resources with that energetic frequency that you want those people to experience. And you don't even have to let them know, but this is very much something that you can do with intention, and I do believe increases the effectiveness and healing qualities of the food that we're eating. Now, with that being said, I do want to give a little bit of a tarot card. I'm going to use the Mystical Medleys deck here. And the Mystical Medleys deck is this cartoony deck. I love it. It's old-timey. It's, again, a reminder that when we deal with heavy stuff, spirituality, religion, trauma, pain, all of that life stuff that sort of happens to us, we must maintain a childlike sense of wonder. Not a childish, but a childlike sense of wonder. So I'm going to shuffle this deck and pull one card just to see what that does for us. See if that lines up a little bit with that message that I am just compelled to bring people today about kitchen witchery. A little bit of healing, a little bit of magic. Here we go. I cut the deck and this is the card that kind of goes along with this message. Let's see what it is. Okay. See, I can't make this stuff up. I can't make this stuff up. I love this. I love this. So the Queen of Pentacles, think of the Pentacles as earth. That's food. This is the Queen of Pentacles. This is, you know, working with the natural materials that we have. Again, food, meat. We see a little bunny. Let's not eat the bunny, right? We see a lamb. But this idea that, you know, a lot of us have heard of Reiki and, you know, working with energy and moving energy through us. This card really talks about that big mama energy, that loving energy of making a pie, making, you know, banana bread, making food and pasta and lasagna and just casseroles and all of that. This weekend, you know, and whenever, but especially this weekend because it is the weekend, gather your family together and as much as you can, bake something, cook something for them to love and to enjoy on a delicious level. This is really, really important, especially because I do believe everybody that has a family, everybody that loves, wants those people in their love tribe to have wellness. I encourage you to do this for yourself too. I'll give you a little bit of a story. A couple years ago, I was doing a group reading for a family. It was very intense, very powerful, a lot of stuff moving through me. It was really intense. I popped a rib and I had this pain in my side and I couldn't get rid of it. It was just there, chiropractor, you know, yada, yada, yada. It just hurt and hurt and hurt and hurt. What I'm about to suggest to you doesn't take place of medical practice or, you know, seeing a professional. But what I did for myself, and this worked, was I made myself bread. I made myself 4-ingredient bread. Wheat, or flour, yeast, salt, and water. 4-ingredient bread. And I was mixing it in my kitchen. And I wasn't doing anything, you know, I was just asking. I wasn't doing anything, you know, ritualistic or anything like that. I was just mixing the bread. And as I was mixing the bread, mixing the dough, I was just kind of like, guys, hey, help me, help food, help me, spirits, help me, what have you. I have this pain. Could you please help me get rid of it? I made the bread, baked the bread, ate the bread, went to bed, woke up, and my pain was gone. And I use that example as one that will help people know that cooking is magic. It really is. And it's one of the most primal forms, earliest forms of love and the expression of love that we have for the people that we love. Take that and turn it onto yourself and see what happens. Have a wonderful weekend and get to baking.